Well, hello, Terry. Thank you for coming on today. How are you? Hi, Kate Lambs. Thank you for coming. Thank you. I really, really appreciate the support from a little show here. Hope you girls are having a very fantastic Saturday filled with nothing but sales. Hello, Organic Wonder Maid. How are you? Thank you for joining. Oh, I so appreciate it for everyone showing up. Girl, you can get them. I think they're like $18. Just run on over to eyewear. You know I've dropped the link a dozen times. So, hello, Pink Diva Rhonda. How are you? Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hi, Kathy. How are you? Happy anniversary. Yeah. Hey, Trish. Oh, I got all my ladies with me today. Yes. Thank you. I had to put, I'm in Jersey now, so in case you didn't know, and I always make this joke, animal print is our national state. Yes, national state colors. So I got it on the eyes, I got a shirt, I got it behind me. I didn't have time to print the nails, but we love us some animal print here in Jersey, or in Joyzy. Joyzy. Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. How is it doing down there in Texas? I see that your weather has improved, but I am pretty sure that there are still people without power and water. So hopefully that comes along for you guys really, really soon. Because we know y'all not built for that down there. Okay? Not at all. So let's see here. Oh, I love it. Got a really, really nice crowd today. I'm just waiting for my special guest to jump on. She'll be here soon. And I'm so excited to talk to this young lady today. I have been engaging with her for a while. Show not? No, y'all not. No, y'all not, Rhonda. Oh my goodness, look, you got me, my nose almost running. All right, our special guest is here. I'm going to bring her on in just a few seconds, but first I want to thank my sponsor, Aldi, for selling Pure Aqua Belvie. This is one of my absolute favorite sparkling waters. Y'all know how I feel about my bubbles. And this flavor is passion fruit. I figure if I say it enough times, maybe they'll sponsor me. But anyway, without further ado, let me bring our special guest on. Oh, no. I did you by mistake, Rhonda. Please don't respond to that. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. I think I did it right. There you go. All right. It's because I'm so excited.
Hi.
All right. We're matching. Okay.
Man.
I think that we planned this. We did not plan this.
We are right here, here.
Ladies, let me introduce you to the lovely, lovely Sheryl and I know I'm going to mess this up. I am Lil Bloom.
Lilu
Boutique.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
yes,
God, I cannot believe that I'm going to have to back this up a little bit so people can see how good we look. Yes.
We're surfing. Everything gracious today.
So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I just got up, like I just told you, I was having issues all week with my back because I had a scoliosis going on and it was close to
Mm,
freezing point the past couple of days. So this morning I got up. Yesterday I was better than today, but this morning when I got up, I decided to just get up, dress up, move on out to run some errands, came back, and I decided let's do some heating because man, these
yeah.
bags of ours, mm-mm.
This winter is out to get us, man. They out to it's out
It
to
is.
get us. It's
It
out to
is.
get
I'm ready for it to be done and over it. But I think we're in North Carolina. We're going to have another maybe 3 weeks or 4 weeks of cold weather. But when March hits, I need this weather to clear up because I've lived in the country with cold birthdays for way too long. So I need a warm 39th birthday.
I hear you, girl. I hear you.
Man.
Well, hopefully you'll get it.
Yes,
We'll pray for
man.
that. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, I am going to once again thank everyone for joining us on this week's episode. Oh, let me get my light right. I don't like it in my glasses. And this week's episode of Fast 15. And Sheryl has no idea what I'm going to ask her. It's going to be nothing hard. You know, nothing too invasive. And by all means, if there's anything that you don't want to answer, by all means, you know, go, huh? What?
Who are you talking to?
Who?
Me?
Okay, but no. So, and the premise is, okay, I'm going to ask you 10 questions. And those 10 questions will get, you know, the opportunity to know you a little bit better. And then the last 5 are just rapid fire yes or no questions. Okay,
Yes.
nothing at all. So well, I kind of gave it away. You do have a website. What kind of website do you have, and what does it do? What do you do?
I have a apparel and accessories website, which is I'm trying to focus more on the boho chic kind of side because that's my kind of dress up. I like occasionally wearing stuff that's fitted, but I like my loose stuff and kind of play around with patterns and colors and such and such. So I decided last August to seriously put some effort into that. But I also like my European way of dressing, the European fashion, and you get your blazer, you get your jeans and your crossbody bag and you're good to go. So that's something I need to put more time into. Because for me, it's natural to get up and dress like that and go out the door. And people would always tell me, oh, the dresser, that's a European. Okay. But I need to find a way to incorporate those two things and make it work.
Okay. So what made you, oh, wait a minute. I've got to mark the questions down because last week I went on 20. So.
The conversation was good last week. So,
but you know, I'm just waiting for somebody to call out and say, that was 32 questions. And then I'll just have to let them know I can't count. So, all right. Let me ask you, so you have your website up and running, and I do remember when you launched. I can't tell you when it was, but I do remember when you launched that website. How many hours on an average day do you spend in your business?
Not enough. I'm going to be honest. Not enough. Maybe 4 hours because, you know, I cook as well. So I serve lunches. And I do, you know, I do that and I do the clothing and I do already getting ready for the spices for spring and summer. So there's a lot going on. But
okay, so I'm just going to jump in here and let these people know, and I'm sure you're going to give me that link. This lady right here, first of all, she can cook her face off. Let's just start there. And I haven't even tasted her food because I'm not down there. However, I know what good food looks like. But she has a custom spice business where she makes her own spice blends, and baby, I have purchased from her a couple of times. They
Hmm.
are good. So I'll
Thanks.
make sure that we get that link from you so that we can
Yep,
drop that down. And
absolutely.
very affordable too. Very affordable. So yeah, this is a very talented lady right here.
I try. I try.
She's not gonna say a whole lot about it, but she is.
Why do you know me so? You know me too.
I tell you,
Yeah.
I've been on your radar for a minute. I've been watching you. You know I do.
Mhm.
Okay, so let me ask you, how do you generate new ideas? What gets that brain popping?
I have this thing where I dream about stuff, and it's something that I haven't paid attention to, like seriously, until last August, where and it's kind of a push, like the nudge, because I tend to just know stuff that I need to be doing, but I'll be like, maybe a couple of months or whatever. Where somebody else would take it and run with it. I'm too comfortable knowing some stuff about myself
Yeah,
and being comfortable putting time and effort into it.
yeah,
Um, but that's because there's I think personally there's too much for one person to there's the cooking, there's the spices, there's a this, there's a that, and there's my household that I love to run and let it run smoothly even though we don't have children, but still. And then there's my family that's abroad, and there's a lot of stuff going on where it's just on this one person, but it's mostly from sitting and seeing stuff
uh-huh,
and finding my way around the internet to the right people and the right vendors. I don't
yeah,
buy fender list. I will never buy a fender list from nobody. Mm-mm, sorry. I'll find those people. I spend too many time in corporate keeping people out of legal issues for me not to know how the internet works.
yeah,
So, that's where my ideas come from. It's like this morning when I got up, I looked at this sweater. I was like, let me go with that. Let me go with the brown lips. Let's do it. And then when you came and I was like, look at God. Yes, ma'am.
And I was gonna go with something totally different, but I'm like,
Mhm.
I got such a good response the other day when I posted the picture with my dark lips. Let me just throw this on, and that's what I did. And we're so coinky dinky.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh my
Mhm.
goodness. Okay, so let me ask you, hmm, do you believe that there is some sort of pattern or formula to becoming a successful entrepreneur?
There is not, because everybody is built different and everybody has a different compass. And
Mm-hmm.
some people they will have to hit rock bottom first to come up on top shining and winning. And
Okay.
others just have an easier slide to things. I think it's all about being in tune with your gut being your creator.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not going to call it religion or whatever else. Your gut and your gut being the creator. When you tap into who you are, you sit somewhere and you observe what's happening and you learn people and you learn situations and you learn trends without being vocal about it.
Right.
It's being in the moment and opening all your senses. Let it just come to you. And then you
Mm-hmm.
filter what you use and what you don't use.
Right.
I truly believe that everybody is an individual in their own right. What might work for me might not work for you, and I have to be respectful of that.
Right.
That's
Okay.
that's my sense.
Now I'm going to ask you one more question, and then I'm going to go to the group to see who has
Hmm.
questions. I do see someone has clicked on the question box, so if you have any more questions for Cheryl, just drop them there. We're going to get to them after this next question. Now,
Absolutely.
I want to know. I know where the spices name came from.
Hmm.
How did you come up with the name for your website?
We love to have lilies in the house. They're our pride and joy. When they bloom, the house smells good. So I decided, let me go look for a name in French that's uncommon for a girl. And I found the lily. The lilu is lily in French.
Okay.
And the bloom is a becoming of the person, becoming of the business, becoming of everything that, we touch on, and, what happens in this universe. So that's how I put those two things together.
And tell
And it got,
everyone what your connection is with the French bloom.
hmm Well, to me, it's the fact that the more it blooms, the most fragrant it becomes. It's the same as aging.
Mm-hmm.
The more we age, the better you get to learn yourself and what is for you, what is not for you. I pray everybody has that journey.
I have that because I'm the old lady in the group now. I definitely have that. I'm good for telling people I'm not exactly sure what it is that I want or what I'll do, but I can tell you real quick what I'm not going to do.
See, that's the thing. That's it right
Not
there.
doing
I
it.
know when to move, and it comes to you quickly. Like, you need to get out of this way and follow that path. You need to stay away from this person or engage with that one. That's why it's important to learn people and learn the rooms that you're in, even if they're not physical rooms. You learn
Yeah,
the room and you know how to move away from it and
yeah.
stay away from it as well, because you wouldn't want to put yourself in a position where you go back and say, oh shoot, the signs were there, but no, me, I had to go look and see what was happening. Don't do that.
I've made enough of those dumb decisions.
You live and you learn. You live and you learn.
Okay, let me see who's got a question for you. Oh, so Lisette from Pasha's My Purpose. She says, "Where are you from? I love your accent."
So my first language is Dutch.
Okay.
I was born in a small country in South America between Guyana and Brazil, where our first language is Dutch. And then when I was 15, my grandmother sent me to go live in the Netherlands with my mother, and I lived there for 25 something years. And then 3 years ago, I moved to the US. So it's the Dutch, it's a Surinamese Creole, which is a mixture of Portuguese, Spanish, English, and a few West African words. Not
Okay.
a lot, just a few. But it's a mixture of those two. Sometimes I will sound absolutely Caribbean. And then it depends on who I'm talking to. Because I have some
Yeah.
friends from the small islands, Jamaica. When I speak to them, I sound Caribbean. But when I speak English, as in the sense when I'm talking to you, I will have a Dutch accent. I know that, and it sounds, sometimes I'm like, oh my God. It's like,
Yeah.
but that's where my accent comes from.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What? Hang on. Ooh. Okay. We just talked about this. Well, at least I did.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, I can't look. I can't see this right. I can't read my own writing. Alrighty. What are, if any, what are some of the mistakes or mistake you wished you could have avoided in your business?
In my business, I think my first stock that I bought it in August as we were down in Augusta because my father-in-law was in the hospital and he wasn't doing too well. So I was sitting outside of the hospital. My license came in and I was like, okay, let me go look for stock or whatever else. I shouldn't have bought these things. I know that now because
Okay.
I knew it, knowing that I wanted to go the boho chic route because that's me. But then again, I believe I got too much influenced by the Instagram and the whole Instagram boutique profile and what's, passing the review and then, getting into how Facebook works and Instagram and all those integrations and sections. I was like, listen, this is not me.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Because I, for one, I like the stuff that I have, but I see it on other people. And that's why I'm not modeling them a lot or enough, but I don't see them on myself because I'm a free spirit when it comes to how I think when I clothe myself. But I'm happy with what I have, but I think this is more for me a holiday collection than it is a everyday wear.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
should have thought about that's a miss. Well, it's a learning curve. That's
Yeah.
why I call things. It's a learning curve. And I know how to set this away because come November, December, these prints will be right back on the rack, just doing what they need to do. But for now, it's slow, and then I'm going into spring, and being more mindful of what I'm seeing, and actually reading all of these fashion blogs from Europe. I'm sorry, I read all the fashion blogs from Europe because
Oh, I do. I know as well. I'm European as well.
you got to go to what you know.
Yeah, that's where the fashion comes from. So
Yeah.
let me ask you, and I would love to see this. Are you planning on modeling more of your wares for your site?
I am
Okay.
absolutely because
All right.
I know that's the way to go. I know, and I keep playing, and I just put up this background and did my spring collection. But it's also something where I get up in the morning and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, and I keep playing with the accessories that I have, and until I feel maybe I need to let loose of feeling comfortable because naturally I'm a shy person. I just like to be behind the scenes, and everybody can do. I love to make other people look good. You won't even know that I did that, but I'll be behind the scenes doing what I do. But I need to be more. I'm becoming more comfortable with myself as a woman, growing into the body that I am in, and um, but
Well,
that's always been my thing.
I want to see it because your style is amazing.
Thank
And
you.
anything that I have seen, this woman right here, honey, can put on, what do you say, one of them little gunny sacks and put a belt on it and some frames, and she's hot, okay?
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I
And yeah,
appreciate that.
yeah, okay, so let me see. We've got another question for you. Hold on. Oh, okay. Kay's Glam Shop, and this is a great question. What is a daily affirmation that you live by?
Um, there is this 2 nights ago, I started composing this like mantra type of ebook, and it's in the middle of the night. Though that's when all of my ideas come to me most of the time. And there's this: I can do all the things I put my mind to,
Well,
rather than I can do all things. Because that's, I think, a perception that we let people to believe that they can do all things, and when they fail, they fail, and they fail, and they fail to come back up from it. So we
uh-huh.
need to kind of, loosen up on those, how, what's the word I'm looking for? Shoot, Dutch, don't shoot in, because the Dutch language is trying to those mindsets where you send children into the world thinking they can do all things. No, they can do all things when they set their mind to it. You put your effort into it. You put
Right.
it interests you, and when it's no longer none of your interest, you just let it go and go do other stuff. So that's it. I can do all things that I set my mind to. Because at the end
That's a
of the
good
day,
point.
the mind is an intriguing and powerful tool. Without it, we are nothing, and people need to understand that. When it
Mhm.
shuts down up here, nothing else works.
That's so
So you
true.
have to take care of it as well.
Okay, and let's see
Mhm.
here. What has been your greatest fear, and how have you managed that fear?
My greatest fear is hurting people.
Mm.
I'm not a people pleaser in the sense of I'll just do whatever you tell me to do, but I'm absolutely mindful of some. I can be pretty straightforward, because that's the culture I come from.
Mm.
We don't beat around the bush. We're respectful of what we say, but still I'm going to give it to you. But I've had to, and especially living in the US, I have to be like really careful because where we would think like, oh shoot, like why it's what I see and it's what's happening. So why aren't we calling it what it is? Like,
Right.
but I have to be mindful of that. And the kind that I would look at you and not say anything, but I have to be mindful of not ignoring people, because ignoring people in this society can also have an adverse effect. And I'm
Right.
still learning how it works here. So, I'm kind of like tiptoeing around doing my thing.
We do have some rules over here. It's so funny. I saw a talk show host, I think, where she was relaying, a story about something that, some crime that someone had committed. I can't even remember what it was. But,
Mhm.
whoever was in her corner, in her ear, she said, so the person, and I'm just throwing this out here, I don't remember. But so the
Mhm.
person, killed somebody, such and such and whoever was in their ear told her, well, you have to say allegedly. And she was like, allegedly, the person's dead. It's
That's
like,
it right there.
so true. It's like you already have captured this person. I understand they haven't gone to trial, but you've
Mhm.
already captured this person. They've already admitted they did it, but you still
Mhm.
have to say allegedly to
Yep.
satisfy, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
what.
Absolutely. Just to make it sure that I don't know, I'm not sure, but just so I know that person has not been convicted yet. So the judge didn't say you're going to jail or you're going home. So
Right.
let's go. But and I think it's also coming from, you have the Caribbean South American background, and then you have the Dutch society where people are really straightforward, and like we use short sentences to say something, and we need you to understand it like right then and there, really quickly, and without giving too much. So and I'm learning myself in the process of having to backtrack and kind of rethink what I'm going to say and make sure people understand what it is I'm trying to say, because
Yeah.
it can easily be put into
'Cause
context, and just sitting there saying, but that wasn't my intent, so I don't want to do that. So
Okay, this is one of my favorite questions. What's your superpower?
um what's my superpower? Man, I think my superpower is being able to mm, sense people. I think that's it. That has kept me out of situations of driven to the point where you have your natural instinct. It's like, let me handle this person right quick.
Right.
But then it kicks in, like, you don't know how much and where this person comes from and whatever, whatnot, what the situation is. And so I sense and I move, or I sense and I come closer. It's either or.
Mhm.
So I think that's it. That's it, right? And that stems from my grandmother, who was a really quiet woman, and everybody would come in the house, and she'd have people live with us and feed them and whatever, whatnot. But she was a quiet woman. We would sit on the balcony and not speak for hours, just sit there, the both of us, and that's it. So that's how I got to grow into um,
Exactly.
exactly. So I
Mhm.
think that's it for me. The fact that I'm able to sense people and kind of do what I'm being moved to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a very good superpower to have. All right. Let me get another. What's your approach to marketing?
I think marketing as it is right now is like a what I'm seeing is more of an indoctrination than it is teaching people actually how to learn the market.
Okay.
Um, if I could say goodbye to Facebook, I would, just like that, because I really, Anywho, I don't know. It's just I think marketing the fact that your customers are why you are in this business.
Yeah.
Like clothing them and introducing them to new stuff. But your customers, your customer relationship, how you're committing people to your business, how you spend time with them when you package your stuff or you send them an email or you let them know that this is coming. If a customer tells me, if they order the medium and they say, oh, just send me a small if you have one, the small is going out the door and I'll let you know that it's coming. There's not and I'm quite soft in my approach always. I was hard in corporate. I am soft in my own business.
Okay.
So those are two different fields for me. But I'm not the aggressive marketeer. I'm not aggressive with it at all because I want to appeal to the right person instead of just appear for what's in here.
Right.
People learn me as they learn my business.
Okay. We've got another question for you. Let's see. K again, K at _glam shops. How do you overcome your negative feelings?
I go into my quiet place, and my quiet place is Psalm 23, and I'll explain why. I am from the Lutheran religion, where it's the base. It started in Germany, and then it traveled to Suriname and such and such. You were kind of free in how you live your life, but be good to people. That's first. Community and be good to people. Those are really important where I come from. So 2 years before I went into my confirmation, because when you become 18, they give you the option. Do you really want to go this route or do you want another religion? That's how free it is. So I was going through some emotional stuff. And I prayed on Psalm 23 for 2 years before my confirmation day. And when we go to the church the day of my confirmation, the pastor comes up to me and he says, "You're first." I prayed and I received the message that you're first going to be Psalms 23, verse 5. And in that moment, I knew what I kind of already knew, but you have to. We need proof first. Okay, God is, He's there. He, she, it, whatever. It's there with me. But that's my quiet place. And I've worked on making somebody else's opinion about me not become mine. Because it's easy. You grow. In my 20s, it'd be like, okay, you are this or you are that. And I'm like, what am I really? So you have that conversation with yourself. And then you get into your quiet place. Whenever stuff happens where I'm like, I'm getting off track here, Psalm 23. That's it for me. I don't need anything else. Just my quiet moment. And you listen.
Yeah. And somebody said, I see this a lot now. I heard this years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Other people's opinion of you are none of your business.
That's it right there. Absolutely.
It's none of your business. You can't. People are going to think what they want to think.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to think what they're going to think. But the people that know you, be it for your close people or even business-wise or whatever, when they've had enough dealings with you, they know if something is wrong. Like if somebody is saying something, they're like, that doesn't even sound like Sherry. They're going to know. They're going to know.
Yeah, it's like that TikTok there. They're gonna know. They're gonna know. They are going to know. And I just I've had people tell me, okay, we thought you were really like, don't mess with this one. And then you get to know me, and there's nothing I will not do for you if I let you into my bubble. But it's see-through. What you see is what you get with me. That's all. Sometimes I may look really angry, but I'm thinking of something. Like I'm brainstorming on something. So this right here, don't let it fool you. Just come closer. And we'll. My best friend is from, I think it's high school, and I don't know. See, I don't know how these school systems work, but we've been friends since I was 12. I'm about to be 39. She's about to be 40. And we were in the same class. We don't talk to each other every month or whatever, but we are solid. When we pick up the phone, it's like we've never,
Just
lost
talked
like
to each other yesterday. Yeah.
exactly. You just give one another the space to just live your life and do their life is busy enough for everyone, you
Yeah.
know. So
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have gone through the first 10, so
okay.
here's the real fun part.
Uh-huh.
Alrighty. I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Absolutely. I
Mm-hmm.
think I know the answer to this.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream or cake?
Cake.
Okay. And this woman has some amazing cakes. How many times have I threatened to unfollow you over the
Oh,
pictures of food?
a couple of times. It
I'm like, I
cracks
can't.
me
I know.
up every time.
I can't.
It cracks me up every time.
Oh my goodness! Then I have to come crawling back. We're like, oh, oh, okay. To
Oh yeah,
swim.
courageous, courageously thriving. Oh yes, ma'am. And I share cake. I share.
It don't come far enough up. Look, far enough. I'm now getting ready to go into other dialects, but it doesn't come far enough up here to the East Coast. But that's
Yeah.
okay. When the weather breaks, I'm headed south. I'm driving down.
You're more than
So
welcome.
I'm gonna get me a piece of cake. Where was I at? Oh, to swim or not to swim?
Not listen. I don't do swimming. And I don't know why, because I was raised on a small plantation that's, we own the plantation with 7 other families, and we're all family. And there's like a creek with Pepsi brown, Coca-Cola brown water. Everybody in my family knows how to swim, but this one.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna share with you.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot. I have a phobia. Just because I said I cannot, I instantly went back to the scary place. I
Uh-huh.
cannot get in water that I cannot see through. Ain't happening.
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
That Loch Ness monster that I grew up with, and every other boogeyman monster that's in that
Yep.
water that's
Yep.
gonna come after me because I'm down there is not
Yep.
gonna get me. I'm in
Yeah.
water now. Not doing it. Nope.
No, not doing it. Everybody, you just go ahead and enjoy the water.
I'll hold the pocketbooks. I'll hold your shoes. Make sure they don't get sandy. Okay.
Exactly. And so I always said, if God wanted us to be in the water, you would have made us become fish and whatever else and whatever other sea creatures. Well, he decided we're going to be human, so I'll be on the land.
On dry ground. I hear you. Okay. And I know you're old enough to remember this, but landline or smartphone?
Landline. You know why? Because some people have taken up some freedoms with smartphones. I don't know. I really don't know. Just give me the landline. I would, you know what? Today, my uncle decided he was going to call me on WhatsApp. This is one of my mother's older brothers. I looked at the phone because this is me as well. Looked at the phone and I said, nope. Text me first. You don't know where I am. You don't know what kind of headspace I am. Don't call me because I know he's somewhere with other people that want to see me.
Right.
And I don't want to see him. Just text me. Text me. That's why landline was just fine with me. I could let the phone just ring all the way until they decided to hang up. That was me growing up. I was kind of questionable child when it came to stuff like that. I was like, nope, I'm not in the mood. I'm not picking up this phone. Or I would pick up and I go, hello, good afternoon, this is Fatima speaking. And they'd be like, Fatima, do I have the wrong number? You'd hear my mother in the back, why are you doing that? You let me answer the phone. Just don't let me do it.
Okay. I think I've got Let me see here. 1, 2, 3. I think I've got
Mm-hmm.
one more.
Mm-hmm.
Heels or flats?
Well, I was on the heel side until I think around my 35th, and my back was like, girl, stop doing this. Just don't do it. Let it go. Just go into your flats and your sneakers and keep it moving.
And
So
keep
you will
it
see
moving.
me wear heels for my pictures, but you will not catch me outside in heels because I have to be mindful of my back. Because once I do that for an hour or two, three, when I get
Yeah.
out of those heels, I have to go lay down and suffer. No,
Yep.
ma'am.
I'm right there with you, girl. Right there with you.
Okay,
Okay,
flash after
so
the
my
flash.
last question that I always ask,
Mhm.
did you like being on Fast 15?
I did. Well, I'll tell you this. I wasn't nervous all day until I think 2 or 3 minutes before 4. And I was like, why are you doing this to yourself? You're good. We're good. It's
Ah,
going to be good. But
well,
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really
good,
did. Really
good.
did.
And that's what I
Mhm.
wanted to, to create. I mean, anybody that follows me or knows me, through Instagram or whatever,
Mhm.
I'm real silly.
Yeah.
I'm that way most of the time. But
Mhm.
so I wanted to have this to be comfortable, fun. And,
Yep.
if we learn something along the way, that's a good moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, we thought about that. We talked about this last year. That you were going to put, time and effort into this and doing more on social media because I think we have this common ground in social media. It's like if,
Yeah, it's like, that's why
but
you don't see a whole lot of business content from me. It's like,
Mhm.
because that requires, in my mind, but that requires a level of consistency. And the only thing that is consistent in my life is
Mhm.
my lack of consistency. So it's like, I would have to I know that sounds crazy, and I strive to,
Mhm.
do things a little bit more productive and this, that, the other.
Mhm.
However,
Yeah,
I'm a free spirit. It's like, and I don't
it's
want to
not.
do
Yep.
anything that's structured,
Mhm.
because I'm not a structured person. I was a
Mhm.
structured person in corporate America. I'm not in
Exactly.
corporate America anymore.
Yep.
I'm not.
Yep.
I can't do that. I mean,
Mhm.
so
See, I get that. I really do because that's exactly where I come from. It's when um go. I think so. I always wanted to become a singer. My grandmother let me do a song festival, like it's called in Europe. One time when I was 15, she
hold
was
on
like, "You're
one
going."
second.
Mhm.
Note to self: Sheryl can sing. Go ahead.
So she let me try it once, and that was the end of any discussion I ever wanted to have about singing and music in general.
I don't
Because
believe it.
you go to school, you need to go to school and get a diploma because they will tell you that's your first and only husband. That's your diploma. And that's whatever. Anywho, so I did that, and you go through school and you have to go through this whole program. Didn't have any issues with that. School was just fine with me because I got the hang of it really quickly and I just bite through it and that was it. But as you're growing older, it's like other things are, poking at you like, what are you doing? I know you can do this. Just do it and just be done with it and it's done. But all the creativity that's behind, that's in, different parts of your brain
Right.
started coming. And that's exactly what happened with the cooking for me as well. I would cook back home in the Netherlands, but I would, I'd cook for myself and be done with it. I'd cook for family parties and be done with it. But the thinking about recipes and coming up with recipes was and now everybody keeps asking, most people keep asking me on my cooking Instagram, where is the cookbook? Sis, I don't write recipes. I don't have the consistency to sit there and write stuff. It's going to happen. Not tomorrow, though. Can't promise.
I understand. Well, again, thank you so much for joining me and saying yes. I have so enjoyed getting to know you a little bit better. Again, everyone, I will get her links and add them to the description. If you're not already following Miss Sheryl, you definitely need to follow all of her. How many Instagram pages are you up to? 3?
3. Yeah, the fourth one is just
3. Okay. And you have a YouTube channel.
I do. I need to put more time and effort into that as well, because it's one for the boutique and the other one is for the cooking, which I have to do stuff in 4 months.
I just need to have all of your links. You'll send them to me, and I will update. I will update the description with all of her information so that you can follow along. And any of you out there that would love to come on to the Fast 15, I would love to have you.
Do it.
Yeah, there's a little link in my bio that takes you to the little form to fill out, you know, so that I can try to stay consistent. Because I'll be like, yeah, girl, come on next week. And then I don't have nothing in writing. I'll be like, huh? Oh, okay. All right. So let's do that. But yeah, please. I so enjoy talking to people and meeting new people. So, and this is the first time, even though Sheryl and I have talked back and forth for quite a while on Instagram, but this is the first time that we're talking, you know, in this medium and actually, you know, hearing each other. So I thank you so much. Are there any other questions before we leave? You can just drop them in the comments. I think I'm at the bottom. Okay, looks like I'm at the bottom of the comments. And if not, then I am going to bid you all adieu. And thank you so much for joining us, and have a great rest of your afternoon. You take care, okay?
Thank you, everyone. You have to take care. Sending you love and light. Thank you.
You're welcome.